Hi, my name is Jonathan Sanchez, and this video will be a brief overview of my thesis, Mass Effect 3, The Power of Free Will. Mass Effect 3 is the third installment to the action-futuristic saga. The player steps into the shoes of the lead character, Commander Shepard, as they set out on a space expedition to save the galaxy. The game's use of interactive storytelling gives the player flexibility on how they want their version of Shepard to interact with other characters as they basically handle a huge intergalactic war. This thesis is intended to examine Mass Effect 3's technological and storytelling approach through an analysis of the game's connection between free will and narrative and architecture. Here are some of the main research questions that will guide the reader. In what ways is the video game industry advancing in storytelling and technological approaches? In what ways does technology lead to the immersive, lifelike, interactive experience? How do the choices in a game reflect the player's free will? So, how do we answer these questions? Simply put, a theoretical textual analysis was applied to Mass Effect 3. You see, this approach helps understand how it challenges familiar science fiction topics to question the role of free will in human lives through the chronology and game design. The methodology utilized for this research was a qualitative study of theorists who contributed to the critical analysis of this thesis and personal experience from playing the game. A literature review based on science fiction writers was conducted to comprehend how their influential stories inspired the narrative of this epic space adventure. This review is followed by an in-depth analysis of Mass Effect 3. To conclude, the findings of this case study imply that the power of free will can have an impact on the player, the characters, and the game world. I found that the game presents so many ways for the player to exhibit free will within the story. In other words, the way you might play the game could be different on how I navigate through the story. Each player is able to shape their own story of survival. However, I did find that it's a suggestion that some theories in this thesis may or may not apply to Mass Effect 3 depending on the player's point of view of one's own will. But in the end, the game's approach to the power of choice helps deliver a unique and powerful gaming experience. And that will conclude this presentation of my thesis. Thank you.